Many of you have asked, what is the toothpick in the cake for? And if you watch how I tort and stack this cake, it's very intentional. The entire time I am working, I am looking at how straight I torted the layer, where I am placing it when I reassemble it, and what order do the layers go from bottom to top. You will also notice that there is a cut side of the cake and a baked crumb side of the cake. The baked crumb dark side goes on the bottom, and it's also the final top. The crust side is the straightest, so that begins and ends the cake in its straightest direction. Now I add a toothpick to keep track of where the right side of the cake is. So if you look at the ones that are stacked, there's a right side, and I'm always going to add that at the same place where the toothpick is. If I don't use a toothpick, I will lose track of where that spot is. And every time I add a layer of cake, I am looking at the overall level straightness of the cake from side to side, because I want to build straight sides and edges, but I also want the top to be as flat as can be. This works because with each step, the straighter you are, the straighter the next step will be, and the straighter the final product will be. Now you can see during my filling and building of the cake, I am constantly stopping, bending down a little bit, looking at how straight my cake is and adjusting it. Because at every small step, you can push or move or fill and get your cake a little straighter. So a crumb coat is not to make the cake look beautiful. It's to fill in the cracks and get yourself started on straight edges. And you can tell that cake is not perfect. But I am looking for what I deem to be the best view from the front, and then I will replace the toothpick at the back where I think it doesn't look the straightest. Because you can put a cake in the center of a room and it won't have a back. You will have an entirely straight cake all the way around, and that is going to be your most time-consuming goal. And it's a little harder to achieve, especially for a more novice cake decorator. As I move from crumb coat to finish coat, I'm definitely going to have a front and back, and then you always begin the border at the back because you create a seam or a lift-off point where the two parts meet. So you don't want that to be in the front. It matters how straight your top edge and border are, even if you cover it up with flowers or other decorations. It matters because each step builds on to the next, creating a very beautiful, even, finished product.